It took them 3 tries to get the race started because these guys were ready to fly. A first lap crash ended the night for local favorite Charlie Perry, while Benny Hickle in car 51 was able to regather the car and continue. On the restart, Roger Wireman gets a little loose, which costs him a few positions. Later, he recaptures third by using this lap car as a pick. Near the end of the race, car number 10 takes the scenic route through the infield, while Scott Burdette smokes the field, leading flag to flag to capture his 3rd win in a row. Welcome back to Trackside, along with Warren Stevens. I'm Kenny Bass, and we're talking about the modifieds. And Warren, you had some of your fastest guys missing from your last race.
Yeah, we had 2 of our drivers were invited to a big payout race, and they paved their way to come to Ohio and race this past weekend.
Well, that speaks well for the track when some of your best guys are invited to race other places.
Sure does.
Let's check out the action. Even though they were missing, it was still fast and furious. Here it is. Former classic driver Gary Chapman, who's right in front of you, making his debut in the modifieds tonight. He not only sat on the pole, but also broke the track record for the modifieds. You never know what's going to happen when they crank these monsters up. It gets ugly early as Chapman gets loose on the start, impacts the side of Roger Dilley, and whoa, what a mess. Several cars out of the race, including Chapman, who heads back to the garage area. On a cool night, some guys were understandably a little hot.
Here, Wayne, what happened out there? Guys trying to win the race on the first lap. That's exactly what happened.
On the restart of a somewhat smaller field, Hickle inherits the lead with charging Charlie Perry to the outside. But what's this? Roger Dilley in his battered number 3, able to get around Perry for 2nd place. But look out. He gets a little loose in turn 3 and has to check up big time. Wait a second. What about charging Charlie? He slams into the back of him with no place to go. Yep, that's a caution. On the restart, Hickle still in the lead with the 3 car, showing signs of the real Monte Carlo on the Winston Cup circuit. Beaten and battered, but bulletproof. Dilley makes a bid for the lead coming out of 4. Meanwhile, charging Charlie making his way back from the pack, gets around Paul Wireman, but uh-oh, they discover a broken rear shock. That ends the night for Charlie, but amazingly, Roger Dilley, with his battered and bashed car, goes on to win the race.
That was a heck of a race out there tonight.
Yeah, they're on that first lap. Gary and I got together. I don't know, we've been some sheet metal or something. I couldn't keep the daggone thing in high gear. I had to hold it in the high gear all the way the whole race.
Up race up front, but it's Jefferson who holds on for the win.
It looks like you really had her handling good tonight.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it was really sticking like glue. It was every now and then got a little bit loose, a couple of times, especially on that last lap there.
24 modifieds getting ready to light up the speedway for 100 laps. Pole sitter Gary Chapman hasn't had much luck finishing races since he switched over to the modifieds. Take a look at this action from a couple of weeks ago. As they take the green flag, Chapman looking to remain the number 6 mod instead of number 9. Roger Wireman shoots into the lead in turn 1. Scott Burdette trying to prove he's got a fast car, blasts to the inside, but he gets it into the grass and runs out of room going into 3.
I guess we're one of those racing things. I don't know.
Wireman easily wins the first segment. During the competition yellow, drivers are allowed to bring the cars in and make the necessary adjustments to go the final 50 laps. Lap cars are lined up to the inside on the restart. That spells trouble for John Garrett as he hits the wall hard after contact from Brian Jacobs. Near the end of the race, the top 4 starting to feel the heat. Hickle tries to make something happen on the inside. He gets the wheels off the track and upsets the car. That sends number 75 into the spin cycle as he lights up the tires. Hand me the crowbar. We'll get this thing back in the race. Some hard side-by-side racing going on behind the leaders. But Ubi gets those open wheels just a little too close to Dwayne Smith. They get crossed up and head for the infield. Now, in the closing stages of the race, the leader gets caught up behind lap traffic with Chapman hot on his tail. He darts to the outside, but Wireman slams the door shut. With just 1 lap to go, Gary doing all he can to close the gap, but Roger Wireman captures the win and the $2,000 in prize money.
I thought, I didn't know he was that close, and he got up beside me and woke me up a little bit, and I had to keep on going.
Instead of putting it on top, I was trying to be smart and just finish second. I've finished the year out with a car now, so I'm happy.
Trackside will be right back after these messages. It happened here at the Ona Speedway. Charging Charlie Perry drives the 21 modified car. He's going to tell us what it takes to get around the Ona Speedway in a minute. But first, Charlie, how'd you get started with local racing?
I used to go work at the old Motor Speedway and watching them cars and just knew I could outrun them guys, but it's a lot different when you get out there in one. Yeah, I went through the fence the first time I did one.
What does it take to get around the Ona Speedway? Talk about driving this track.
Well, I just lower down a straightaway and just drive where you think you can get into turn without spinning out. Get the car set and then stand back on it, coming off the corner. And, well, you try to get the same line every time, you know. Going up too hard, the rear end will break loose. And sometimes when you get back on it, the front end will push. So it's there's a fine line right there. You got to be steady and you got to get in a rhythm.
Charlie, thanks a lot for joining us. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Good luck out on the track.
Thanks.
We'll take a look at some of Charlie's highlights in just a minute, but first we're going to hear from Dave Morgan, the technical editor for National Dragster magazine. 15 of these monsters roared down the front stretch to take the green flag on a night that was tough on the leaders. Roger Wireman was the first to get crossed up with lap traffic. That brings out the caution and hands the lead over to Scotty Burdette on the restart. A great battle shapes up behind the leaders for the 4th position between 21 Charlie Perry and Butch Poling. Burdette still setting the pace as the battle for 4th continues to heat up. Wireman gets straightened out. He blends back into traffic, but that causes some problems for our leaders. Scotty Burdette, 2nd place Gary Dilley get tangled up, and Scott not too happy about the situation.
You know, I think Roger broke, and he was trying to come down the track, and I had to go somewhere and had to head for the grass. And once you hit that grass, it's all over.
Number 51, Benny Hickle, inherits the lead on the restart. He expects a challenge from charging Charlie Perry. But something lets go on Perry's car. Hickle goes on to the win.
So I just waited my turn, and it worked out for the best for me. I hate to win like that, but...
Region. Also, we'd love to hear what you think about our show here on Trackside. You can always call us at the station, drop a line to News Channel 3, or reach us on our homepage on the World Wide Web. That does it for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at the track. Until then, take care.
Send it back up to Big John. Thanks, Jason. Everybody making their way around the cone, and let's see what happens. That's a hard life running them cars, but it's fun.
You were able to stay away from it. I mean, you've had a string of bad luck.
I told you, I just like to finish one, you know.
That ain't asking too much, huh?
I just like to finish one.
Okay, well, I know you'll keep your foot in it, and remember, we're not dirt tracking out here tonight, so be careful coming out of those turns.
That's right. You know, the cars are not warmed up, and they don't touch us to get sideways.
Okay, well, don't do that, okay?
All right.
Green light down, and the caution's going to come out of the other car into the guardrail on the main straightaway. Car number 10. Rodney Butcher trying to get the car. Walt the cone has placed the cone. But it looks like it's moving. Shit, tonight. Dilley making a move. Vehicle hung out to dry on the outside. second. So we pick our first runner-up to ride around. As the field gets started, is our modified event. So 30 laps, modified event tonight. Sponsored by TC Carryout. 2 locations in Huntington and Milton. When you need it fast, go to TC Carryout. Pace truck pull off, we'll be ready to go. 30 lap modified event. The most popular laps of racing at the Ona Speedway tonight. The pace truck pulls off. These guys are wide open. The green flag and we're gone. Everybody touching the camera on the front end. Gonna give them a lap. We'll get them back to green flag racing. Tighten everybody up. Get them ready to go. Speedway. 14 laps complete.
Roger Wireman trying to get a piece of that too.
NASCAR just stepped into the booth moments ago, and he's saying, obviously, number one, we have to tend to the welfare of Loy Allen. His car is still there, surrounded by all the safety crew members. And number two, he said, we cannot open, speaking for NASCAR, that we cannot open the front pit road, which obviously is totally unencumbered. There's no problem there. But he said we can't open the front pit road because you see there, you can't come down the back pit lane. And there are some significant race cars that are pitting on the backstretch. You have dual pit roads here, and obviously you can see that the entire entrance to that back pit lane is blocked, and there's no way you can have 30 guys pit and penalize the other dozen who can't get to their pit stalls. So twofold concern, number one for Loy Allen, and number two for the lack of access to the back pit road. If you're just tuning in, here's what happened in the incident. Not so much to Loy, we saw that earlier, but here's what happened to Bobby Labonte at lap number 172 as he was going past Jeff Burton there and heading up towards the corner. There's Loy, top of your screen. He's already in the wall, and there Bobby Labonte has the car get away, and up the banking he goes in close quarters racing with Jeff Burton right behind him. Let's get the word from Bobby Labonte. He's in the garage area.
Well, Bobby Labonte absolutely is just distraught over losing this race car here today. The crew is working on it. It's a delicate situation to get these drivers when they wreck. We try to respect them as best we can. He had some local reporters here that he didn't exactly agree with their questioning of him a few moments ago. So Bobby Labonte has taken a little walk to take a few breaths and gain his composure. We'll try to get back up with him as they attempt to fix the interstate batteries machine back here in the garage area.
All right, Randy, thanks a lot. Everybody's still waiting on the disposition of Loy Allen, and he is being tended to while we watch Bobby Labonte's car. Loy